Hey everyone, it's Dean. Back in Windsor, Ontario here. Yep, that's what I said, back in Windsor, Ontario. So I'm not in Pictou anymore. I'm back in Windsor. I've got some things to take care of, but we'll get into more of that later. So yeah, I left my house and made my way over here to Malden Park. And I thought today what I'd do is get out and do a little review of, or really more of just an analysis of my sleep pad setup. I'm on my 4th sleep pad, so I'm using the Big Agnes Q-Core right now, and I've had 3 others. So what I thought I would do is come out, bring all the air mattresses with me, get them set up, and then talk to you about how I got to where I'm at today with the air mattresses. So, and I'll explain a little bit more why I'm back in Windsor and all that stuff. So hope everybody's doing great. And yeah, we're gonna ride through Malden Park here. We're pretty lucky to have this natural little area. And as a little bonus, I thought I would take out the trailer today and use it. I haven't used it in quite a while. Thought about selling it a couple times, so got a camera mounted up on it. See how that's gonna work out. That back fender kind of moves around quite a bit. It's supposed to, so it doesn't break. But anyways, brought the drone out as you've already seen, and we got some drone footage. So anyways guys, let's hit the road and get somewhere quiet. I've got a couple spots in mind. We're gonna go check out at the tall grass area, and we'll get into this air mattress synopsis, if you will. So feel free to join me. All right, guys, we are just at the Ojibwe Prairie Nature Reserve in Windsor, Ontario. It's a pretty special spot. It's a protected area, but truthfully, more of the land around it needed to be protected too, but it's just the way of life, unfortunately. So I got some sweet drone footage of the trail I'm on right now, so I hope you enjoy that. Still getting the hang of flying the drone while I'm riding my bike, but I'm hoping to get a new drone in the future that follows me on its own. Yeah, it used to be here. I'm going to see if I can do it. Let's see. Should probably get off and walk since I got the trailer here. Oh boy. Let's have a look. So it used to go off to the left here. Do a little bushwhacking. But I'm not too worried about ticks right now. The reason I want to come here is because I think it should be somewhat sheltered from the wind. Leaves are still changing colors and haven't really dropped any of their leaves yet, so this should be a beautiful little area. One of my happy spots, guys. Come here a lot to think and stuff like that. Let's talk about sleep pads, everybody. Alright everyone, as I said, I just made my way out to the Ojibwe Prairie Nature Reserve, and this is kind of a go-to spot for me when I'm back home in Windsor, where I come to just actually hang out a lot. I don't even do a lot of recording here, although I've done a couple videos in this spot, but it's just a spot I like to come to just sit down, relax, and kind of decompress from living in a city, right? So, but anyways, like I said, I'm out here to do not necessarily a review, kind of a review, but just talk about my sleep pad setup and what I'm using now. I'm using the Big Agnes Q-Core, which so far I really like, but I thought I would talk about how I got to where I'm at with the sleep pad, air mattress, whatever you'd like to call it. I started off with a Thermarest, which is obviously one of the go-to brands. I hope the wind's not going to be too strong. I have the Wind Slayer foam on the GoPro, so hopefully it's working good, but every once in a while we get these gusts, so if the audio is a little up and down, it's just probably because me talking louder to thinking I need to compensate for it. So anyways, guys, I'm going to start out with talking about, so I've had 4 different air mattresses. I could not find one of them, so it's another Thermarest Neo Air. It's just a little wider than the first one I'm going to show you here, but the first air mattress I ever bought right off the bat was a Thermarest Neo Air, and I'm going to show you that right now. So this is the Thermarest Neo Air, as I was saying. As you can see, it's a pretty narrow pad. Really not a lot of good things I can say about this pad, unfortunately, guys. Like I said, it is the Neo Air. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that or not. The writing's kind of hard to see. But so this was one of the first ones I ordered, and to be honest with you, I'm not that crazy about it. There's a few things that I don't like about it. One is it's very noisy to sleep on. I'm not sure if you can hear that. The wind's died down a bit, but it really is crinkly when you're trying to move around, to the point where I've had other people that were camping nearby me comment that it's loud when I move. So the other thing is how narrow it is. You can see in comparison to the other ones, it's quite a bit narrower than this one is. So then it's quite a bit narrower than the other 2 are, and even the other Thermarest that I had got to replace this one, so I thought. I'm not really sure. I think I might have lent it out, and I forgot who I lent it out to. So I'm not sure of the price off the top of my head. I'll try and put this stuff on the bottom of the screen. But this this sleeping pad is about almost 5 years old now, so the price is gonna have changed from Thermarest to now. So anyways, yeah, like I said, my main problems with this was it's too narrow, it's too noisy, and in all honesty, it's just not a very comfortable air mattress. If it was a little thicker, I think it might help its cause out a bit, but no knock on it. It's easy to inflate, it's easy to deflate, to pack up and all that stuff. So it's really not for me, but it's a nice lightweight air mattress. So if someone that doesn't have any back problems or anything like that, it's probably something that they would like. Before I get into this any further, guys, I think I should have probably mentioned right off the bat was just to give you some reference from what I'm dealing with in my sleeping concerns. In 2006, I was hit by a car while I was riding my bike, and I injured my shoulder and my whole right side of my body really badly. I had a major shoulder operation. Unfortunately, it didn't work out too well, so sleeping can often be uncomfortable for me. And following that accident in 2010, I was hit by I fell off a roof and I broke my back. At the same time, I hit my head off my knee and really messed up my neck real bad as well. So those are things I'm trying to deal with. If it wasn't for those things, I could honestly sleep on probably just about any air mattress that's out there, any sleep pad that's out there. But because of those two accidents, it's a real struggle for me to sleep in a tent. So the air mattress sleep pad is very important in my world. So anyways, after I got this one, I moved on to a different air mattress. Like I said, it was another Thermarest. I don't have that one, but it kind of had the same problems where it was super noisy. Could have been a bit thicker, and this one actually didn't seem to hold air very well. I was constantly having to wake up at night and put air in it. I looked for holes, I couldn't find any. Probably around the valve or something to do with the valve would be my guess, but anyways, I don't even have it anymore. So let's move on to the next air mattress. All right, guys, so the next pad I bought after the two Thermarest was the Klymit Static V Luxe Insulated. So really, there was a few things that I loved about this air mattress and some things that I didn't really like a lot about it. So one of the things I didn't really care for was the inflation and deflation system on it. It's just kind of hard to blow up. It's hard to explain, but I really don't want to open it because it's going to deflate. But that valve is a little bit tricky to get your mouth around and to fill up. And in all honesty, it's a little bit of a pain after a long day of riding to fill this up. Deflating it is no big issue compared to other air mattresses, I guess. What did I like about this air mattress? The only thing I really liked about it was how wide it is. As you can see, it's a wide pad. So that was pretty much the only thing I like about it. I thought that this V configuration was going to be something that worked out for me, but it actually didn't. I found because of the issues I have with my hips from my accidents and the arthritis that I sleep on my side a lot, and I found that these Vs actually created hot spots or pressure spots and made it super uncomfortable for me to sleep, no matter how, if I inflated it really hard or kept it soft. It just didn't matter. And the other problem I had with it, guys, is it's really not that thick. So it's just, if you try to let a little air out to get rid of those pressure spots, then you can feel yourself hitting the ground, which you don't want, right? So the price I will put on the bottom, I believe this air mattress was about, this sleep pad was about $160, but I'm not positive. Like I said, for me, this air mattress sleep pad did not work out for my physical needs. So I've seen other reviews on it and other people that love it, so it's something that you really have to try out for yourself. I'm not getting rid of any of these pads. I'll keep them, and if I have other people join me on trips, then I have something I can lend them. So I don't think it's a poor quality product. I just don't think it's right for me. So that's kind of my take on this. Kind of the reason I got into a little bit of a jam with taking motels was because I was having trouble sleeping at night. With a combination of my neck and not having a proper pillow and not have a proper sleeping pad. So in the future, I'm going to be carrying a regular pillow with me, and then I'm going to be using the Big Agnes this coming season, and hopefully that's going to be my pad going forward. I have really good hopes for it, and let's talk about that one now. I've talked about this in other videos and mentioned it. It was a pretty pricey sleep pad. It was geez, I'm not remembering now, but I think it was closer to $300 maybe, and that price will be on the bottom. I would try to put links for everything in the descriptions as well, so you can check that out. I unfortunately right now don't have any affiliate links, so I don't get any money for clicking on the links or anything like that, but it could help you get to them quicker. So anyways, this is the Big Agnes Q-Core. This is a 3.5 inch, I do believe, or 4 inch, I can't remember. I will put that on the bottom. I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to pop it. There's some little strawberry plants here with little spikes on them. So yeah, anyways, guys, this is what I settled on. And on my trip to Prince Edward Island, where I rode on the Confederation Trail and camped, I really had some good results with it. I brought a regular pillow from home in combination with this, and I was super comfortable. I had a great sleep with it. So my early impressions of this are very positive. I know it was expensive, but when it comes to comfort and being able to relax after a hard day on a bike, you really can't put too much of a price tag on that. I suppose you can, about $300, but if I'm gonna be giving some long-term reviews on it. My review on this right now is a very short-term one. I probably used it about 7 or 8 times, and really like it so far. It's the best sleep pad I've ever owned. And like I said, the only real thing that's going to be the kind of the test on it is durability. I seen a video recently where people were doing the Baja Divide, and this girl had at least 15 patches on the exact same mattress, but there could be a lot of circumstances for that. They were traveling in very sandy conditions, and if you roll your mattress up or your sleep pad up with a bunch of sand in it, just the vibration during the day of it rubbing can create little holes, and then you're kind of screwed after that. So like I said, for me, I can't put enough of a price tag on comfort after a long day on the bike when I'm in my tent sleeping. So for me to spend a few extra bucks is not that big of a deal, and in my case is actually warranted and well worth it, right? So if you have any questions about any of the sleep pads, guys, or anything like that, feel free to ask me in the comments. As far as like more in-depth description of them about materials and stuff like that, you're probably better off just to go on their websites and check that stuff out. They're going to give you way better information, and probably more precise information as well as far as weights and all that stuff goes. The only thing I'm really talking about is comfort and how it works for me. So you may buy the same air mattress and you may think it's crap. It might not work at all for you. That's kind of the downfall of air mattresses, right? So it's kind of like seats. It's kind of going to be different for everybody because our bodies are all different. We all have different levels of aches and pains and all that. So like I said, if you have any questions about any of the sleep pads, let me know. I'll do my best to answer them if I can. So yeah, guys, unfortunately for me, I don't make a lot of money as a bicycle mechanic. And because of some bad choices, I'm not going to be able to retire in a conventional way of things. So I'm just trying to find a way that I can move forward and be happy and work a little bit, travel, do the things I like to do, not just with my bike. I want to get into canoeing and bike packing and a whole bunch of other things. So if you'd like to help me out towards mainly the goal of riding the Great Divide mountain bike route, guys, I would really appreciate it. Links for everything will be in the description below. And I cannot tell you how much it would mean to me if you would like to contribute to any of those platforms to help out my cause. So so thank you in advance if you do. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. But if that's not something you're interested in, guys, I totally understand that. I really do. Just watching and commenting and hitting the like button helped me out more than you could ever imagine. So while we're talking about that, just looking at analytics, it looks like probably about 75% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. So honestly, guys, it really helps the channel out a lot if you do subscribe, and it really doesn't cost anything or affect your life in any way by subscribing. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, I would really appreciate it. Before I take off, I thought I would just give you a little more information about the Great Divide mountain bike route, just to give you a little info if you are thinking of supporting the channel on what it is you'd be supporting. So the Great Divide mountain bike route is a mainly off-road trail that runs all the way from, some people will do it from Jasper to the border of New Mexico and Mexico. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, but definitely will be taking it from Banff all the way down to the border of Mexico and New Mexico. So you go down through Montana, Colorado, New Mexico, all those states. I'm going to put a map up right here so you can see it. It's not as far as going across Canada, but it's definitely more off-road than you would if you were going across Canada, that type of trip. So anyways, guys, like I said, I just wanted to give you a little reference of what the Great Divide mountain bike route is. And I also want to mention, if anybody would like to join me for all or a section of the Great Divide mountain bike route, I would love that. So my goal between now and then is to try and save up as much money as I can and to see if I can not recruit a few people to join me for all or some of the trails. So if that's something you're interested in, contact me and we can definitely work something out. We got a lot of time to do that. So that's why I'm mentioning all this stuff now, guys. So anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble, and I'll see you in the next one.